kids and cadets. Good to see you this morning. Welcome back to Tommy Time. 2014 Troy-Bilt. It's got the 550EX engine. Sold this maybe a month ago. Gentleman called me this week, said, hey, the mower's not running. It's smoking, won't start. I says, we'll bring it back. I'll either try to fix it or we'll switch you out. So he just left about 30 minutes ago. So I was kind of curious what the deal with this thing is. First things first, he had a Chevy Tahoe, so he had the handles down. I was in the back moving mowers to the front. He already had it on the ground. When I came up to the front, I noticed liquid here. I went to smell it. It's gasoline. So the first thing I did was remove the air filter cover, and the air filter here is saturated with fuel. From here down is full of gasoline, and you can see it pooling right there. So that's a concern. So when he had told me it was smoking, that's an indication of an overfill crankcase. So I says, well, let me look at that. While he was looking at all the mowers in the front for an exchange. And so we'll get to that in a minute. I had told him on the phone, I'll, like I said, try to fix it or we'll switch you out. So since the oil was so clean, it was hard for me to gauge where it was. So I wiped it clean, put it back in a second time. I'll just give it a couple of turns here. So if you can see that, but the actual oil level is right there. And right there you can see it. So I asked him on the phone when he initially called, did you add oil? No, I did not add oil to it. That's a good 1.5 quarts adding above the full mark. So the gentleman's English was not the best. He had his son with him. I'd say the son was maybe 12, 13 years old. So I told him this was way too much. That was probably your smoking. But he said it wouldn't start prior to him adding a 1.5 quarts of oil. So I'm not sure what the scenario was, why adding more oil would have been helpful. It's actually detrimental. So I've got a little, well, we got to pour this off. I'm not going to try messing with it. I'm just going to take a fuel sample here and see if he put bad fuel in. I know it's dirty down there, but I'm looking for water. We'll see a separation, fuel and water, once I take a sample. I'm not worried about the debris there. I want to see if there's any water in this sample. So I'm not sure how this all occurred. Do we have a stuck float bowl for all that gasoline? So this is like a triple mystery. So I ended up giving him another machine. I know you guys think I'm too generous with these swap outs, but he took the RWR Power, no, Hyper Tough. I did a video on that. I had it listed for 130. This was 120. I said, I'll just do an even swap. You take the Hyper Tough RWR, which was inscribed on the deck. I says, take that one. So I figured if I can get this going, I'm pretty much even Steven, except for my time with screwing with this thing. Somebody wrote 160 here on the barcode I don't know what that was all about. That's not my handwriting. Whoops, that was a good sample. Yep, water right away. It looks like. We've got the neighborhood black cat just showed up. So I told the son, I says, don't add any oil. I showed him the dipstick on the machine. I said it's at the high mark. There's no need to add any extra oil. Trying to get an indication here. I'm going to try to get a better container. There may be a slight, okay, there's still a little bit left. There's probably enough in the bowl to try to start this thing. But I think I pulled out most of the gas. It's kind of hard to tell if there's water in this. I was looking for a cleaner container. I might just scrap this idea and go with draining the oil off and then trying to start this. I'm not prepared for you guys. I'm trying to multitask here. Okay, I've got the top of a bleach container that I poured it into. The fuel might be okay. The fuel might be all right. So I don't know about it flooding, but I'll leave the air filter off. That would hamper our starting if this is saturated with fuel. So let me drain some oil off. Sun's coming up. We got a breeze out of the north, which is nice. So what I'm going to do is I've just got a plastic container cup here. I'm going to pour the extra oil into here. Get it down to the right level and try starting it. So the only mystery so far is that extra gas coming out of the filter. Why? Okay, barely tipped it in the oil. Started pouring out of the filler hole. Of course it did. It was like an inch from the top. Okay, so another issue that smells like oil, maybe gas. Did we have a float bowl issue where the crankcase filled up? He didn't seem to deny filling the oil once I showed him the dipstick. He didn't say, no, I didn't. He said, okay. But it smells kind of funky, like it's got some gas in it. So this is turning into a triple mystery murder movie. Let's put the dipstick back in and see if I've drained enough oil. Okay, I'm at the kind of at the bottom here, so maybe I took off too much, but it'll be good enough to start. So if this thing does start, I'm sure it's going to smoke. With it being that filled, there's excess oil in the cylinder. Well, actually, we're right where we need to be. That was a fantastic guess on my part. So look at how much oil was in here. I don't know if this is 32-ounce cup, but holy shit, that's a lot of oil. I could do another couple oil changes with this. It's enough. Okay, that kind of wore me out. Time for motivation. And it's my own blend of all the dark roast. You guys think I'm supporting the green lady. I'm just using her cup to my benefit. Okay, let's switch you over to the other side. I'm just gonna pull on this thing. I hate these yellow dipsticks. If somebody cross threads them, then they don't go down. They're kind of a pain in the ass. I like the high tunnel tube dipsticks. Boy. Yep, somebody's cross-threaded this thing. The plastic here is split. Darn it. Let me get a razor. Mouse will fix this. So I just use my thumb and grabbed the split here and kind of pulled it off. Okay. Threads look clear now. And let me try it. This is taking up most of the video, me trying to get this stupid dipstick in. Okay, there we go. I'm not going to touch that again. Okay, let's switch over. This is turning into a pain in the ass. So maybe one thing led to another. Maybe he had fuel issue. Maybe he thought adding 1.5 quarts extra would help the engine. So what we're going to find out, I'm just going to pull on it as is without priming it. Maybe the engine's flooded. We may have to remove the plug. Oh, it sounded like it wanted to start. Smoky. Holy shit. Holy crap, the EPA's gonna fine me. Excessive oil burn. So I knew it would. You couldn't see it from that side, but some oil started pouring out of the exhaust as it was burning. Some oil started dripping out of here, so we got somebody calling me for a mower. What I'm going to do is start it again and put the filter on it and see if it snuffs it out. I think it will with all that gasoline here. So with it overflowing with gas, I don't know what that issue was. It seemed to start on its own without priming it. So this will be something where I'll start it today, start it tomorrow, and the next day make sure we have a good track record with this. Okay, let me put a clip on the handle. And then I'm going to remove the filter once it's running and see if that improves running. Okay, so no harm, no foul. We got this thing to run. Like I said, I don't know what the issue with the saturated filter. We got a extra bit of oil here, which I'll probably use in my little crank oil can. It's good enough to use in this when I'm lubing up wheels and whatnot, wheel adjusters. So that's that. Let's just turn this thing over and see blade condition. See if the blade was abused. We'll turn it over. So no harm, no foul. It took us a few minutes here to diagnose this thing. And like I said, I'll put it back in the lineup once I'm confident it's going to start on a daily basis. Okay, no major nicks here. It's still fairly sharp like I sent it out the door. Same with this side, no nicks, fairly sharp. You can see he's been using it a few times. So no major damage down here, so this will be okay to resell. We got a straight edge there. So this one turned out fine. I sent him and his son down the road with another machine. They're happy. I'm happy that I can resell this Troy-Bilt 2014 TB. It's going to go down the road after I'm confident there's no leak and gas issues. Yeah, so I'm past the filter down there. So what it's running on is just the gas that's in the bowl. So I'll put some fresh fuel in there and, like I said, start it for 2 or 3 days. Build up my confidence that it's not going to crap out on the next person. I think our major issue was this. It's not lemonade, and it's not colored like lemonade. But there you go. Continue to have a nice day. Mr. Cluck and I are going to start a couple other projects. It's early yet. We're going to see what we can fix. Hopefully sell a few mowers here in the near future. As always, thanks for coming out to Tommy Time. Please like and subscribe. And as always, tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job. They really appreciate your generosity. It really helps them when you leave them a decent tip. They're Their daily hourly rate is chicken scratch, so the tips really help them out. We don't need chicken scratch. We need greenbacks. We need moolah left on the table. Cash is king. Keep rolling. Thanks for showing up. You guys are awesome. Getting new subscribers. You guys aren't tired of me jabbering about junk on four wheels, so I appreciate that. Come back and we'll look at more crap. Maybe we'll do a video with some scrapper finds. They've been sparse lately. Hopefully we get a call here in the near future and we get 4 turds dropped off and we can go through those. See what Harvey and Helen, the homeowner, have been abusing lately. Okay, thanks again. I'm jabbering. Have a good day.